Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this installment of Dads on Wrestling, episode 73. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams.
I am apparently the cancer patient, Jeff Meacham, because this hat makes me look like I'm a sick guy, like I'm sick. So.
Thought you were the Meach machine.
Yeah, well, today I'm the cancer patient.
Oh, okay.
Because the last two shows I've been on, Monday and RSI, they've been saying I look sick in this hat. So I don't know if it means sick, like, oh, that's a sick hat, dude, or I look like I'm sick or something. So I'm not sick. I still have what hair I had. I just feel like wearing the beanie because the Kings are in the playoffs, and I feel like wearing King stuff, and I don't feel like wearing my hat.
That's right. And I am rocking this one, dusted it back off because apparently I needed to bury the Benoit hat.
The Benoit hat. Yes, we went out back and we buried that, and then we realized
took Old Yeller behind the shed, put a couple bullets in it.
Then we realized we made a horrible mistake because that hat's awesome.
That's right.
So we went down to Lorraine, went up to 88, went back and stuck our own selves, breaking space-time continuum as a result, creating the paradox. We destroyed the universe, but now we're back.
That's
It's
right.
all good.
And we are here to bring you Dads on Wrestling.
Yes.
Tasty beverage and all.
I don't have one, but
That is why you did. Now, we're going to take it back a little bit. Back in the days, we used to talk about how Dads on Wrestling, talking about the current product and is it fit for our children and all that stuff.
That was the original concept at the end of the day. We were supposed to talk about how we look at the show as fathers.
Right, and then it ended up spiraling, and, we decided to bring it back this week because so much has happened since February 14th, 2011.
Yes, sir.
That has kind of changed the face of professional wrestling, at least WWE wrestling.
Yeah, I even got a question saying that part of their question was that the WWE was now PG-13. It's like, I don't ever seen the change. So they're still technically a PG product.
But there's certain things that have been happening that don't come off as PG.
Not.
The Rock is the primary offender of this.
Yes.
As much as I support Team Bring It, boots to asses, not exactly PG.
No.
Lady parts.
Yeah.
Although a PG description, what you're really talking about here, not exactly PG.
No.
Some of the other stuff that Dwayne has said in his promos, I can't remember all of them verbatim. But
all kinds of homo references too.
Yes, this is true. Well, Cena made a few of those also.
Yeah, well, it's not just Dwayne there. Both those guys were very much throwing out the gay references there. It's like I'm sure Glad loved those.
Oh, I'm sure.
Seriously, they're part of WWE. The whole Be a Star thing,
and then you've got Brock Lesnar this past week on Raw, which I know you guys talked about on RSI.
We did.
Coming out and, legit bloodying Cena.
He punched him in the mouth. Excuse me, pardon my yawning. He punched him in the mouth, like legit. It was brilliant. Well, then again, John tagged him in the face first.
Blood has definitely not been a part of the television product for some time.
Very much
and it's
so.
very rarely even made an appearance on pay-per-view.
Yeah. I know Hunter bled at Mania.
Right.
I'm not sure anybody else bled. And CM Punk took a bottle of Jack to the back of his head. You didn't see any blood out of the back of his head.
No.
They made sure of that, I'm sure. So, is the product changing?
The question then becomes, is the product that is on television now something we feel comfortable letting your 4-year-old son and my 3-year-old daughter watch?
And
taking aside from the fact that we've grown up around wrestling,
right,
and the kids have grown up on wrestling, if we were turning on Raw for the first time last Monday night, and we saw that attack from Brock and Cena's bloody mouth, is this something you would want to let your kid keep watching?
Definitely not. And not just because it could have been the other way around too. If John had bloodied Brock, if somebody's legit fighting with somebody to the point where the whole locker room has to come out and break them up, that's absurd. And whether it was staged or not, we'll never know, obviously. But because we don't tell us these things. But for the fact that John slapped Brock right across the face as hard as he could, and then Brock did the double A takedown and punched him right in the mouth, that's not okay. A lot of stuff about Raw wasn't okay Monday. You had, You had that. You had as staged as it looked, staged as it was. The Three Stooges back in their day were very much lampooned for their slapstick comedy and how people tried to impersonate them and got hurt.
Yes.
You know, and yeah, it's Will Sasso. Yeah, it's the guy from Will and Grace. Yeah, it's the guy playing Mo. But it's still slapstick comedy at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're beating the crap out of each other at the end of the day. You know, and nobody should ever have to see Will Sasso as Hulk Hogan again. That should never ever happen ever again. I want my kids seeing that. I was doing the thing on Monday night. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, I was like, oh my. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you have there's something else happened on Raw that really stuck out. I talked about it with Jay too. I forgot what it was now. That was like really not like, okay for the kids to be seeing.
Well, I don't recall what you're speaking of, but you can even rewind a few months to when Kane made his return in the mask.
Yeah, there
And
you go.
smothering and attacking both Cena and Randy Orton.
Yes, and that's not okay. Whether he's really doing it or not, that's not okay at all. You can't smother a human being out like that, especially on national television. He has got that big old mitt on the guy's nose and mouth, and essentially blocking his windpipe. That's illegal. It's not just wrong. That's illegal. You get thrown in jail for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's doing it on national television more than once. I'm hearing, like, it's the sources that we get, he got fined every time for it. He didn't care. So, take that for what it's worth. Stuff like that. You have,
And not to just to nitpick WWE, let's switch over to TNA real quick.
Oh my goodness.
In their language.
And which is bleeped, but it's still being out there.
Yeah.
All
the kids in the Impact Zone are still hearing it live.
Oh yeah. Bobby Roode's got a little potty mouth on him since he became the world champion. James Storm, sorry about your D-Luck, Bobby Roode.
That ain't censored every week.
No, it's not. D is out there.
Granted, D's like in the Bible and stuff, but still, that's not something that I really care to have my 3-year-old who's still learning words to go walking around repeating. Hey, Daddy, sorry about your D-Luck.
Yeah, seriously. And,
I'm good on that. That'll get her pop in the mouth.
And Bobby Roode telling, screw you, Hogan, screw you. I was like, what? Don't screw anybody. I mean, granted, that's not exactly officially bad language in the current terminology. Don't go around telling people to screw off. That's horrid too. So can my kid watch TNA despite the fact that Hulk's there, despite the fact that Sting's there? No. And we don't watch TNA very often around here. We watch it for topical purposes, for RSI and stuff like that.
And we usually make sure the kid is not around when we do.
Yeah, we do. We try to. Because as much as Hulk has been a part of my life in the last 20.
How old are you, Jeff?
29 minus 7 is 22. 22 years. He's not on a television show I can have him watch anymore.
That's right.
In the 80s, oh yeah. Even in the 90s, before WCW got really bad, yeah.
Before the NWO?
Yeah, because Hulk in the NWO, he couldn't watch. I didn't mind it because I was 13 by then. I didn't mind Hulk as the bad guy by then.
You were a teenager.
Yeah, I didn't mind
who wanted to see that attitude change.
Seriously, please.
You weren't a 4-year-old.
No. Wanting the red and yellow and wondering why Hulk was such a bad guy all of a sudden, But to see, Hulk and Bischoff argue and Hulk and Flair, and it's not okay. The safest nationally broadcast product that I can think of would be Ring of Honor. Even there,
yeah, I was going to say Ring of Honor is indie wrestling, so you've got, for lack of a better term, you've got more brutality and violence than you do on TNA or WWE.
Yeah.
Because, they are, I'm sorry for making this comparison, but they are the ECW right now. Not necessarily as far as the hardcore and the extreme goes,
right.
But they are that third company that is knocking at the heels of number 2,
yep.
And that's doing whatever they can to differentiate themselves from number 1 and 2 to get those ratings, get those die-hard fans coming in.
Yes, and
so in that aspect, they are ECW,
and their product is awesome. Let's not say that they're not, because their product is awesome. Yeah. The problem is,
I just wish I could see it more often than we do.
I know the wrestling style is so extreme as far as the sheer brutality of the punches and the kicks and the moves and everything, that even that stuff the kids today would go, ooh,
Yeah.
Daddy, what happened?
ROH
Yeah.
has basically got a lot of, strong style
Very
wrestling.
much so. Yes.
Because a lot of their guys do tours in Japan and learn that style, do tours in Mexico and learn that style, and then bring it to the States,
Yep.
where WWE and TNA has kind of distanced themselves from that.
They
stuff.
are as close to MMA as you can get without not choreographing it.
Yeah.
ROH is.
Especially with guys like Davey Richards, Roderick Strong,
Eddie Edwards, yeah.
Kevin Steen.
Yeah, seriously, Kevin's insane.
Hero and Claudio before they left for
Yes.
not so greener pastures.
Brian when he was there, my God. If they turned that Brian Danielson loose in the WWE, he wouldn't have lost in 18 seconds last Sunday.
This is very
no
true.
way that would have happened.
And we wouldn't be hearing, yes, 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 see. I'm waiting for them to go to, French Canada and start that one up.
Well, they'll be overseas soon. I don't know if they're going over
They're
there.
going to like Ireland, I think. Ireland and England again.
I know they're going to Belgium and Germany, and they're going to Russia, I heard even. They're going to Russia. Niet, whatever the yes is, but they're going to be saying no over there in Russia for Brian. Oh my goodness. It's going to be.
I hang my head in shame.
Yeah. The WWE is going to be in
Pretty
Russia.
much air claw all of a sudden.
Me too.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So what do y'all folks out there think?
Yeah.
This is definitely a shorter episode for us. At least I believe. I can't see the time counter, but it feels like it's shorter.
And you know what? This is a topic that we tried to keep as short as possible because we didn't want to go too crazy because we wanted to, give you guys a chance to formulate your own opinion.
Yeah.
Not just go, oh, the dads think it's bad, it must be bad. Like, it's not all bad. It really isn't. There's just a lot of stuff that if we turned on Raw or SmackDown or Impact or the safest product is NWA right now, and even
but that is, you got to go online to see it for most areas.
Yeah, and even that they get bloody too. The cage matches a couple weeks ago, they were both bloody. So but what out there, you guys that you watch on your local TV, I know you guys get local indie feds out there. Yeah. Are they hardcore like that? Are they extreme with blood? Or are they strong style? What are you guys seeing out there? And how do you guys compare it to WWE and TNA? And do you have kids? Do you let them watch wrestling? What are you guys' opinions out there? We want to know. We really do.
Because at the end of the day, Dylan is still going to watch Raw and SmackDown because he's grown up in the house with wrestling on. He was educated really early that they're faking it.
He's being told better.
Yeah.
He will know better long before Daddy did. Daddy found out when he was 11 years old. That was sad. But Daddy found out when he was 11 years old that they were faking it, only because of Ric Flair and Dave Sullivan. But, Dylan will know right away.
But do you guys let your kids watch it? Would you guys allow your kids to watch it if you turned on TV on Monday night for the first time and saw what happened? Would you allow your kids to keep watching it?
I remember it was the Jericho thing.
Oh, the alcohol.
Jericho pouring Jack Daniels on Punk last week, smashing a Jack Daniels bottle on Punk last week, and then, dude, I know it was cheap beer. That's a waste of a 12-pack. You're pouring over a guy that's straight edge. That's so wrong on multiple levels. Not just the fact of waste of beer, but that guy is straight edge.
It's his lifestyle.
And he's trying to spit it out and trying to block it off and everything. That's ridiculous. You don't waste alcohol, number one, but number two, you don't do that to somebody that has chosen that lifestyle to be out of their consciousness, if you will. That's horrid. Heel or not, bad guy or not, Chris Jericho or not, you don't do that crap at all. That's what I was trying to remember. Thank you for whatever.
Let us know what you guys think. Would you guys allow your kids to watch the project if you're turning it on today? Do you allow your kids to watch it? Will you continue to allow your kids watching it with the direction WWE is starting to go? Which, for grown-ups like us, we like where they're going now. We're getting excited to see it go back to some of that attitude and that edge.
Yes.
But is it a good product for kids?
Go back and watch the last 2 weeks of Raw.
If you have them on the DVR,
or download them, Hulu, whatever, and then get back to us.
Yeah.
Because SmackDown is still pretty tame.
Because it's taped.
It's taped.
They can edit stuff.
Yeah. Unlike Tuesday nights. Well, Tuesday nights wasn't taped. Jeez. But let us know what you think of the last 2 weeks of Raw, and would you let your kids watch it?
For Dads on Wrestling, I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams.
I am Jeff Meacham.
And we will see you next time.